All right, Condor in the building again, co-hosting with me. We're making it official. He's going to start doing this with me repeatedly, as much as time permits, hopping in and ripping it.
I'm committed, 100%.
I love that, man.
Yeah, I love this. This is great. It's like
Well,
therapy.
if you're committed, then let's just fucking keep ripping it. I love the conversations with you. We crush it. We have so much fun.
Yeah, we get flowing.
Today we should just fucking go through some of these random things and just see where our talk goes, which we'll probably end up doing a bunch. But like we were just talking about Johnny, you fucking surfing with Johnny Knoxville.
Oh yeah, this morning, good time.
Is he a good surfer?
He's getting good. He was catching waves all on his own.
When you teach him, do you take him from beginning to like was he? Did he
I
never
took him
surf
out his
or
first time. Yeah, this was like
That's so
2 or 3 months ago. Because my buddy Andrew set me up with his kid, and then he was like, I'm going to go out one of these days. And then like the next day, he's like, yeah, I'm going. And so I took him out, and I was pumped. I was like, oh, I'm taking Johnny Knoxville out. He's sickest dude. And then I think one of his first waves was this huge one. I was like, oh, this one's, pretty big. We should probably go over it. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Push me in. And
fearless.
I pushed him in. Yeah,
dude, he's probably so fucking fearless with that shit.
Care. Yeah, he comes in, his feet are all cut up.
What size waves do you like take them on?
Like 2-3 feet, Little Doom, Point Doom. He's gone out when it's like 5 feet. But yeah, I was pushing him in mostly, but now 2 months later today, we went out first time in like a month. He was a lot better.
What was the size of the waves that we were on at Griffin's?
Those were like 6 foot, but they were barreling. Those were like
that's what 6 foot is?
Uh-huh.
That's big.
Yeah, that's solid.
And there's a difference between 6 foot not barreling and 6 foot barreling.
Oh yeah, total difference. So where we were is the north end of Zuma. The south end, pretty much same thing, a little scarier westward. Strider Wasilewski, one of the most respected big wave surfers, he says if you can surf Westward Beach, big, scary Westward, you can surf Pipeline, you can surf anywhere.
What's Westward?
Westward's the other end of where you were. That's the other end of the beach. The 2 or 3 miles is Zuma. Okay. North end's Broad Beach. South end is Westward.
Oh, so Zuma has like little pockets in it.
Yeah.
That are considered beaches.
Mm-hmm. When it's big, it's scary.
What is the one it chases called? Trancas?
That's like Trancas, Point, and then the other end is Big Doom, and all in between there is Westward, Zuma, Broad Beach. Yeah.
And what's the most gnarly one in all of Malibu?
I guess Westward, or some of these points. But as
what
far
size
as the
do some of them get to?
Not that big, only like, I guess 10, 15 foot.
What do you mean not that big, dude? That's I guess compared to like big wave kind of thing.
Yeah, compared to big waves.
What size of wave would be like the stuff that like Laird Hamilton would be surfing?
He's surfing like big as it gets, like 60 foot.
Dude, that's so crazy.
Laird's a beast.
Dude, that's fucking nuts. What is the difference between? I love how we start talking about surfing every time that we sit down and talk. Yeah, that's okay.
I didn't even notice.
But what's the difference between a big wave surfer and someone that does like the trick stuff or like the smaller shit? Like,
there's
are you born and
difference.
No, I know there's a big difference, but are you born and you're just like, yo, I'm a big wave surfer? Or is it like a lot of guys can do both? Or like what separates the two of them?
Yeah, there's guys who do both. I mean, John Florence is as good as it gets in small, medium, big waves. He's probably the best surfer in the world on any wave. So he can do both. Kelly Slater can do both. A lot of guys can do both, but I think most of the best surfers in the world choose to kind of do, I guess you call them medium waves, which is the world tour, and that's like tricks and stuff.
What size is a medium wave?
I mean, I guess it's anywhere from like 4 or 5 feet to like 20 feet. I don't think waves ever get bigger than 20 feet on tour because you'll get maxing out Chopu and Pipeline where the faces maybe are 20 feet.
Dude, that's insane.
But besides that, you're doing big turns, some barrels here and there, but mostly turns, airs, and then like Chopu, Pipeline, couple others is for the barrel. But it's like 10, 15 feet maybe.
How do they pick the size of the waves for like the professional tours and stuff? Is it just whatever that is for that day, or do they wait for a day that it is a certain size? Or
yeah, so they have waiting periods of like 10 days, or I think it is, and so they just pick the best waves in the world, best season for that wave. So Pipeline will come in December. They just had Chopu in Tahiti, which is August. and the waves were actually small for that. But they'll just pick, and they're pretty good at it, so the wave's usually pretty good. And it's, barrel riding is the greatest thing in surfing, getting barreled.
And that's just when the wave's closing over you.
Yeah. Yeah, so they try and get the best waves like Chopu or Pipeline.
Is that what they grade for? Is like, well, whoever gets barreled the most? Like,
yeah, whoever's
really?
deepest in the barrel, longest in the barrel, most critical barrel ride, however you want to
really?
call it. Yeah, that was Chopu, but the waves were small, so they weren't really getting that many barrels. Like, they were, but not like big Chopu.
Do you ever go and watch any of those?
I've been to J-Bay, South Africa. I've seen Pipeline, seen Trestles, San Clemente. I've seen a few.
Trestles, why do I feel like I know what that is?
That's in San Clemente. It's like the classic best wave.
Is that the one that you have to walk really far to?
Yeah, it's like over the train track, cobblestones.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Been?
Yeah.
Who'd you go there with?
I don't even know. When we were down in San Clemente, I knew a couple people that lived down there, and they were going to the beach. And they were like, we're going to like a legendary beach. And we were like,
no way.
Let's go. I remember it being Trestles.
That's classic.
That's a big beach or an important one?
Yeah, that's probably the best wave in California. That, Rincon, the base, Point Magoo. And then our big wave in California is Mavericks. But it's a whole different
Mavericks. Is that the one that the movie's about?
Yeah, Chasing Mavericks.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that.
And how big is that?
That gets like, 50, 60 foot.
So that's like something that Laird Hamilton would be doing.
Yeah, Laird's like Jaws guy.
Dude, that's so crazy, man.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like literally seeing that just come up behind you.
It's awful. I never surfed Mavericks. Did I tell my Jaws story on here?
No.
Oh, so I went with Rick to Jaws, and he's there.
Wait, what's Jaws?
Jaws is like the biggest, scariest wave in Hawaii. It's on Maui, and it's just all.
We're going to Maui on Monday.
Just comes and. Oh yeah.
What part of Maui is that? I want to go check that out.
It's
waves,
far.
Are waves
you gotta
bigger
drive
there
far.
now?
Probably small because it's August, so probably no waves.
Okay.
But
keep going. So it's in Maui.
Yeah, so I went with Rick and like Garrett McNamara, I think his guy, Kali'i. I don't know if Garrett was there. So all these, legendary dudes. And then Nick Cassavetes. I'll have to tell that story too. Cause
that's a writer?
Yeah, he wrote The Notebook or the screenplay.
I still haven't seen that.
Directed The Notebook. You haven't seen The Notebook?
Dude, I haven't seen that, and Sam gets so pissed at me that I haven't seen it.
Oh, well, let's tell the Nick Cassavetes story first. So so I eventually went and worked for Nick Cassavetes for a bit. Rick got me this gig where I was shadowing him. He was teaching me the ways because I want to write movies eventually. I've written 5, but...
You've written 5 scripts?
I've written 5 scripts, yeah. So I'm working on those. Have you told me any of them? I don't think so.
Okay, well, let's pause. We can come back to that, but keep going.
So anyway, I'm working for Nick, right? And this is like, I don't know, maybe 3rd day on the job. I'm still so fired up. I just want to impress Nick Cassavetes. This is his dream come true. And he comes down. He's this big burly dude, sickest dude. And he was, I didn't know what he really wanted from me, but he was like, yeah, the junior exec is this script, Spinning Gold, it was called. It was about Casablanca Records and I think the 70s, how all the craziness of the movie industry, kind of like a Wolf of Wall Street type movie. And so he's like, the junior exec wants this, change that. I don't know, read it over, let me know what you think. So I'm like, all right. So I read the script. I'm like, I'm going to go above and beyond, impress Nick, show him I'm a hard worker and I'm a freaking sick writer. And so I edit his script up and I, make my changes. And then I'm like coming in and I sent it to him. I'm like, okay, I'll come in. I just sent you the script. I edited. And then he messages me back, who the fuck do you think you are editing my script?
No fucking way.
You little bastard, something like that.
Seriously?
He's like, all pissed off. And I was like, oh, no. I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize it would, come off that way. I'm such an idiot. So sorry.
No way. He was a dick about it?
Well, yeah, he was like, it's all good. You just got to know writers are sensitive. You can't be doing that. And then...
You actually got to talk to him after he said, like, who edited it and shit?
Well, no, I told him I did. And then he was like, you dick. Like, you can't be editing my script.
No
Who
way.
do you think you are? Yeah.
And you were just doing it trying to show him that you were working hard and stuff?
Yeah, and he got that, but he was still just like, you don't do that.
Was it like his only fucking script? He didn't have like copies of it and shit?
No. It was just that I edited it. It was obviously on like a program online.
So it was just the fact that you went through and like edited it and gave him corrections.
Yeah, for him it was like, oh, this kid thinks he can write better than me. And so Rick always jokes like, yeah, Conrad trying to tell Hollywood's biggest director how to make a movie.
Wasn't he in the show Entourage a couple times?
He probably was. I bet he's boys with all those guys.
I feel like in the show he's a dick.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he's in that. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
He did Alpha Dog. He did.
That's a sick movie.
Yeah, sick movie. Shame that kid died in real life. The kid who died in the movie died in real life.
Oh, no way.
His gate, like, it was a crazy freak accident, fell on him and he died. So sad.
Damn, that's a sick movie. Really like that movie.
Yeah.
Wait, go. So did we finish with the Jaws story?
Oh no, so yeah, Nick's there. So this flashback, like months before I end up working for Nick, I'm like, oh, this is so sick. I'm with Rick and Garrett and Nick Cassavetes. We're all on the boat, and I'm getting to surf Jaws. Like this is like the most amazing thing. And they forgot my life vest. Someone was supposed to bring me a life vest. They forgot it. I'm like, whatever. I'll get out there. I get out there, no joke, 5 different people.
You were gonna go out without a life vest on like the 50
yeah,
foot
it was
waves or
massive
some shit.
Jaws, maxing out Jaws, like massive. And there was like 50 or 60 people out there. Every single one had a life vest on. And no joke, 5 different people came up to me and said, bro, go in, you're gonna die, you're gonna drown. And like some of them were pissed, like stupid, like get out of here. And then so I'm getting real scared. I haven't got a wave yet. It's been like 2 hours. I'm just trying to get one wave. It's so crowded. So I go over to the left. I'm trying to get a wave. I'm like, I'll just paddle in a bit and try and get like a medium wave, like an inside wave. So I paddle in a bit. And then this monster comes, just like Goliath. I'm like, oh no, I'm dead. So I'm paddling out. I think I don't know what I said. I probably said,
like you're paddling towards it so you can go over it?
So I can make it over it. And I'm like halfway up the face of this thing, and I see it's just like going like this.
Oh my God.
And so I bail the board. Somehow I didn't really get work. It I think just kind of one smashed me, and I popped right up. The board was gone. The leash broke, board gone, into the cliffs, gone forever. It was like $700. I think Rick paid for it. Greatest guy. And I'm up. Jet ski grabbed me right away. And the guy's like, bro, you go back out there. I'm letting you drown next time.
No way.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
I was going to say,
done.
what happens when you do pop up? Because like I'm sure there's more waves coming and shit.
Yeah, the jet ski got me.
So jet skis have to go out and get everybody that's in the water.
They're usually super on it on
really?
like a big day like that, yeah.
Dude, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Have you ever seen anybody like get absolutely destroyed by that and like get actually injured?
I've seen a guy at 2-wave hold down in Indo, but he came up and he was okay. I was like, dude, 2 waves just went over you. And like a wave came, he was underwater, still underwater. Another wave came, he was still underwater. I was paddling over to try and dive down, see where he's at.
What's the method for if you do fall into one of those? What are you supposed to do?
You're supposed to relax, hold your breath, not panic, just relax. Fuck. Breathe.
Dude, that shit is so
breathe.
crazy. I'm out there with like 6 foot waves, and I'm like, man, this shit is heavy. Like the ocean's fucking not a place to mess around.
It's crazy.
10 times that, I would be losing my shit.
I got a big one at Nazaré. It was maybe like 40, 50 foot, maybe 30.
Where's that?
There's a photo of it. You can tell. That's in Portugal.
You've caught a 40 or 50 foot wave?
Yeah, big sucker. I'll show you the photo.
Do you not get the fucking shit scared
I
of
was
you
so
when you're
scared.
on top of it?
Oh, yeah. But I was with Garrett again, he had the record for the biggest wave ever surfed. He had like almost 100-foot wave.
Who's Garrett?
Garrett McNamara's Rick's buddy. Is one of the best big wave surfers in the world. The most famous big wave surfer, I'd say. And, well, maybe Laird, actually. But, yeah, I was like, if Garrett's towing me in, I said, Garrett, I just want one huge one. And he got me a big one. He got me 2.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
40 or 50 feet. That's so badass.
Yeah,
I feel like surfing's
crazy.
a sport that you don't appreciate to the max until you actually try surfing.
Yeah.
Like once you get in the water and you actually try surfing, you're like, dude, this is fucking hard.
Yeah, it's super hard. But it has the reward in that it's the greatest of all things I've ever tried, where once you get past the learning curve, you're so happy. Like once you get this obstacle, like, oh, I feel out the wave now. Oh, I understand how to stand up. Oh, I understand when to do this turn or when to do that. It's the greatest. Yeah. And then it clicks. Because it's such an unfamiliar terrain. Like skateboarding, you have the same terrain, and you have that great feeling when you learn a new trick, like a kickflip. You're like, yes. Surfing,
oh, you mean because the water is changing so much rather than you're on land with skateboarding?
Takes longer, yeah.
Land with, everything else.
Takes longer to learn like an air reverse because your terrain's different every time. You're like, oh,
that's interesting. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah. So when you do get them and you do learn that, okay, this is this certain wave, so I need to do this maneuver this way, not just get the maneuver. You need to know how to tweak the maneuver for that certain type of wave.
So true.
Yeah, so surfing.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. I never thought about it like that. Do you snowboard or any of that kind of shit?
Yeah, I snowboard a bit, skateboard a bit. Not
I could do all
super well
those.
at all.
Like I can skateboard, snowboard. I mean, I'm not good at skateboarding, but I could longboard like a motherfucker.
What's that? You bomb hills and
Yeah, bomb hills and stuff like that. I mean, I used to longboard a ton. Skateboard never really got into.
yeah.
What's it called snowboarding? I've tried.
I
but
could
not
do
amazing at it.
180s at snowboarding in the
Really?
air, some grabs. You know?
Once you're good at surfing, do you just feel like all of the other extreme sports just kind of come easier?
Yeah, like wakeboarding, anything where you're going.
Wakeboarding, I can do that, but I'm not
position.
amazing at that either.
A lot of guys from Arizona are really good at it, I feel like.
Wakeboarding?
Yeah,
There's a couple lakes in Arizona.
yeah. We went in Vegas the other day, like a week ago. It was pretty fun. Good time.
Went out on the
Ripping.
boat wakeboarding.
Went out on the boat, yeah. There's some fish cruising around. Rick was like, yo, $2,000, dive in, grab a fish with your bare hands. Couldn't get it.
No way.
Yeah, and then he was like, $100,000 if you climb like straight up this like mountain right over
Dude,
the water.
put me in front of this fucking guy, man. I'll do some of that shit.
It's crazy. Your heart starts pounding. Oh, I can do it. And I
What was
started
the
doing the
$100,000
mountain.
one?
It was this crazy mountain, but I went like kind of the side way, and he's like, no, it doesn't count. And so I did not even.
He wanted you
make
to
it.
climb, just straight up climb a mountain.
Climb this like straight up cliff. If I did it, he would have given me the money. He's he's the greatest guy. He's the sickest dude.
Yeah,
He
I've
always
heard good
does
things about
these-
him. I like all the books that he has at his house.
Oh yeah,
He's got a lot of
good
crystals.
books, crystals.
I never knew that he was one of the
sober.
founders of Sun Life. That made me like him a lot more too.
Yeah, he backed it. Was the investor behind it.
Still part of it.
Yeah, he's best friends with Khalil, the other owner.
Khalil is a dude that I would love to talk to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw him today.
I don't know his story like too intensely, but I've just heard
He's the most
great
interesting
things
dude
about him.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get him on here. He was, in the depths of hell with his, crackhead, heroin addiction, like bad as it gets, like whatever.
How did he
Skid
grow
Row
up?
in L.A.? He grew up in, I think, Iowa or something crazy. Came out to Malibu, got into all the heavy drugs, and he was like, dead. So his book is called I Forgot to Die.
Yeah, we saw that at Sun Life.
Yeah. Yeah, we should get him in here.
Okay, so what happened after that? So he was in Iowa, and then he moved out here, got into drugs, and then what's the turnaround?
I think the
guess I should read his
turnaround
book.
was, I forget the actual day, but I think he woke up, in some ravine and was just like, that's it. And then,
Yeah, hit rock bottom.
yeah. And then he started getting sober. And then as he was getting sober, he started, his juice business, Sun Life, which is probably the greatest business ever out of Malibu. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really
It's-
is cool
it's
there.
So it's
I
like,
like Sun Life a lot. I think it's probably my favorite juice place.
oh yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, it's cool.
So he lives for that. He's funny. He'll say,
What other stuff does he do? Is he surfer or anything like that?
he surfs, he travels, yoga, real healthy, just lives life. Loves
Yeah.
life. A lot of energy, high energy, great guy. He was saying the other day to this really rich dude, poker player, the guy was like, yeah, money does, change your life, this, that. And Khalil's like, no, but at a certain threshold, it becomes silly. Like if someone gave me $100 million today, tomorrow I would do the same thing. I would go make smoothies. I would go surfing, hang out with the people I love, because that's what I do. I make smoothies, and I love it.
That's unreal.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty sick.
Yeah.
I like people that like their stuff, like their job, and don't have to do it for money.
Yeah, Khalil loves it. And it's interesting because a lot of, I think, people in Malibu, old local people, they envy him because they're like, oh, I could have started it, or I could have done that, or he was just some junky crackhead.
He
But
started
it's like-
well. He didn't start
He
it while
did.
he was a crackhead. He started while he was sober, right?
When he was sober, it was,
Yeah.
I think what helped save him is all these great smoothies. He's like, oh, this is saving my life.
Dude, you get into that. You get into healthy eating, man. It's a fucking addiction in itself.
Yeah?
Well, I mean, like when you eat healthy and you start to see how you feel and you start to like notice like the difference between how you felt before and you're not sluggish and you're mentally like acute and you're like, dude, there's
Yeah, I
something
gotta
here.
do that. That cupcake gave me a little headache.
Did it?
So good.
Do you eat wheat?
I eat wheat. I eat everything.
Do you
I
really?
try and eat healthy, but my thing is I'll eat healthy all morning, all afternoon, and then at night I just eat everything.
Have you ever
I'll
tried,
make
like,
mac
a-
and cheese, ice cream, cereal?
Really?
Before bed, I love eating because growing up, I always wanted to gain weight. Still do, but I kind of given up. I don't really.
Yeah, but you
care
could gain
anymore.
weight way easier eating just a ton of like healthy lean meats and stuff like that and protein.
You think
rather,
so?
dude,
I've kind of
absolutely.
tried. I'm 2% body fat.
You're
2%.
2% body fat?
Yeah, at
Holy
least that's what I
shit.
was in college.
Dude, what? Your skin and bones.
And I've tried a million different ways to gain weight. I'm 133 pounds at 5'10".
And what do you want? And what do you want to get to?
I'd like to get to 150. 5'10" and 133.
You're skinny, man.
Yeah.
You're like surfer skinny.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that you don't eat healthy because that's part of like the community. Yeah, you're pretty shredded. The camera. I'm surprised that you don't eat healthy though.
Modestly healthy. I eat smoothies. Like today I had an acai bowl.
Acai?
Acai bowl, yeah. A smoothie.
Love those.
Great smoothie. From Sun Life, my acai bowl, yeah.
Have you ever tried to get like allergy tests or anything?
I had some eggs for breakfast.
Okay. Do you ever feel like brutal when you eat certain foods? Wheat, pasta, like bread,
Honestly,
dairy, any of that kind of stuff?
I'm not good at noticing. I have no clue.
Really?
No clue. I don't even know caffeine. I can't even tell like if I drink
Bro,
a couple
speaking of
Cokes.
caffeine, you want to try this shit?
Yeah, let's do it.
Have you ever seen this?
Mm-mm.
This isn't even, this is not an ad, but this is one of our friends, this company called Run Gum. It's literally like caffeine gum.
Oh, yeah?
It's one of Sam's best friends. Her dad is an Olympic sprinter or like Olympic sprinter coach. And they started this gum. So it comes with two pieces. The first piece is like a can of Coke, and the second is like two of them is like a cup of coffee. Bro, we did it. We ate two of them yesterday, me, Hunter, and Sam, and I was wired. It was unreal.
No way.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing one again today, and I'm gonna do one because it's about that time right now where
Run Gum.
Yeah, you should try it. The yellow tastes like juicy fruit. I haven't
I'd
tried
probably
any other
go,
ones.
probably go.
Extra strength energy, dude. What is this one gonna be like? How much is this?
Slow down.
Dude, this one has
Some taurine in there.
200 milligrams of caffeine. That's like, Jesus.
All right, so I'll just do one of these suckers, yeah.
Yeah, try one of them.
All right.
I ripped two of them yesterday, and I was up until about 12:30 wired.
JT was on it.
Yeah, I was like getting ready for bed, like I was getting up in the morning.
Oh yeah, juicy fruit.
It's like juicy fruit, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, maybe don't chew right into the mic.
Sorry, everyone.
Probably not a good thing that we're chewing gum while talking, but we'll chew for a minute and then let it.
Yeah, I'll spit it out.
Let the effects come on and then go. Should we dive into some of these? Just check out some of these questions.
Let's dive in.
You want to pick a couple and ask, and I'll pick a couple and ask. Like we'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
You want to go to them on your phone?
Oh yeah.
No, look at them on here. Let's make sure it's still ripping. So we've got this list of 1,000 or so questions. Dude, I spent like probably 5 days trying to just look up different questions to do, because I was going to do it with completely random people, which I never ended up. I ended up doing it once or twice, but not making it a staple thing. All right.
Oh wow, there's so many. I only got to like the first 15.
Yeah, wow. But a lot of the ones are super easy.
Look at this. Medium hard. Wow.
Yeah, they get pretty deep, man. What does friendship mean to you? Oh.
Friendship.
Someone's here.
Friendship means to me.
Yeah.
Probably when you're at that level with a person where you can be real with them, where you can let your guard down, know that you can trust them with, your feelings, your opinions, your thoughts. Because, when you see someone and it's, how are you, this, that, and, you're not really friends with them.
Yeah, it's like surface.
Yeah,
surface kind
exactly.
of talk. Yeah.
And then other people, you could be like, oh, shit, man, I did this today. Or, oh, I'm the sickest dude ever because I did this today. You can, tell them your sorrows, tell them what you're psyched on. You can really get into it. I guess that. But I don't know. I usually do that with everyone, I guess. But I don't know.
I think true friendship would be like, yeah, exactly like you said, letting your guard down. Like being open. Like, I think it's like vulnerability, but not just being vulnerable, but being vulnerable and knowing that it's going to be received well. Mm-hmm. Not well, but be accepted. Like that it's like your vulnerability and like letting your guard down and showing your like real self isn't going to be something that the person that you're talking to is going to judge you for. Being judged, that's what I was going to say. Being vulnerable and knowing that you're not going to be judged. That's probably true friendship. That would be my definition of it.
I like that. I'd say, yeah, there's a time aspect to it. Some people, the ones I'd really consider my true friends, I've known a bit.
Yeah.
I have some friends that I've met a month or two ago.
But do you
like
not have those
Wyatt,
friends
great
that
kid.
like you don't have those friends that like you've known forever and you still couldn't say a lot of shit to? Or you
That's
could
true.
say something like, yo, I'm really going through stuff with work or girlfriend or something like that. And they'd be like, oh man, sorry about that. And that's it. But they're not like, you don't really feel comfortable opening up to them,
That's true.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
it's like,
true.
how would you define a real friend or just an acquaintance that you've known forever or someone that you've known for a while?
That's a good one.
Right?
Uh-huh. Serious.
Yeah. All right. You got one. Rip into one.
Let's rip into one. Oh,
Are you still reading that book?
hard ones are serious.
Yeah, the hard ones are serious.
Oh yeah, I've been reading Untethered Soul.
It's great, isn't it?
It's great.
Yeah,
My
it's the
new
best book
like
of all time.
it's almost, and hopefully it is. It like almost feels like it's reprogramming my mind at times.
Totally.
Like when I get angry or stressed or depressed, I try and think of this. I think, okay, so what the Untethered Soul talks about, at least what I get from it, is the seat of consciousness. You're in the seat of consciousness. That is you. Everything else isn't you. Not even just the things surrounding you, which is obvious, but also thoughts and emotions. And so how I see it is like the outer layer of what comes in to your being is all the sensory things, like what you taste, touch, see, feel,
Right. Your
hear.
senses, yeah.
That's all your senses. That's what's going on around you. Like in this room, we're in this room. I see you. I smell, great smells. I hear this recording's great. The lighting's great. Everything. That's what I see. It's not who I am. I have these feelings then about being in this situation, but that's not who I am. And then based off those feelings, I have thoughts, and then I express those thoughts. But those thoughts aren't even me because I see those thoughts just as I see this room.
Right.
And so it helps me. It's a really weird thing because the book, from what I've read, I haven't even finished it. It never talks about what actually really happens, I guess, when you see your thoughts and like what you're supposed to do, because you're not really supposed to do anything. You just observe your thoughts, but somehow it brings you to a peaceful state, and you're just like,
right.
wow, here
And
I am.
that was something that I was confused with when I first read it too. Was like, okay, you're not your thoughts. Now we know that, but it's like it's not that you don't have them still. Like you're still gonna have them, and you're still gonna essentially have to choose some of them. So I think like the book, what it's telling you is the truth of everything is you're not your thoughts and you're not the stuff that's coming in through your senses, but it's just it's not saying that you don't act on any of them. I think it just gives you like the knowledge to be able to choose which ones you want to act on and which ones are going to take you towards love or God or happiness, and which ones are going to take you towards deeper into yourself, deeper into your ego, because he leaves it very open-ended. He leaves it like he doesn't give you a concrete plan of day-to-day life. And I think it's meant to be that way. So it's kind of like your own interpretation. But it definitely is. It's fucking changed my life. Like that book is real uncomparable for me.
It is uncomparable. And that's what I wanted to ask you actually is, how do you think it compares? Because most books, that I don't know if this one does, but they end up talking a lot about, which things I like, about goals and how to find meaning in life, your family, and, go after your goals and do different things, which are the things I love. That book doesn't seem to talk about any of it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think it's like I was just saying, he leaves it very open-ended, and it's almost like he tells you one side of the spectrum. He tells you like, this is what you're not, but he doesn't tell you what you are, and he doesn't tell you what you are supposed to do with the body that you're in, because you are still a person. We are still living. He tells you that the truth of you is like your soul, your spirit. The truth of you is like behind all of that, which is like the seat of consciousness. But he isn't saying that you're not supposed to live as a human being. He's just saying like in any moment while shit is going on in your real life, you can pull back and be like, look, this is just something going on right now. But the truth of who I am is that like center of consciousness, which is also known as love, which is also known as energy, which is also known as God's son, or like many different things. But it's just to be able to pull back, and it's almost like in the moment, it's like you're looking through your eyes and you're seeing all this stuff, and then you have thoughts, like the energy that comes in, it creates thoughts and feelings. But like you almost have the ability to like move your eyes from in front of your brain to behind and just see like what you're thinking about what you're seeing, you know, and that's where the seat of what I would picture as a seat of self, the seat of consciousness, is just like, you just go, oh, fuck, like watch my mind think about this, look at my mind think about this. Do I want to act on it or do I want to let it pass? Is this something that's serving me? Because you're not supposed to just sit. I mean, I don't think the ideal goal is to just not listen to any thoughts forever. I think that when you are living like this, the book, and you are releasing things, you do start to have less thoughts because you're just going, you're just doing, like you're just being, which is what a lot of people talk about, like in the power of now and stuff like that. Like when you're present, you're not thinking about thinking, you're not thinking about being here. You're just here, you know, things just flow through you and it just happens.
Yeah. No, I like that a lot. 'Cause yeah, I've been thinking a lot about how to balance this. I like what you said, you know, it helps you understand your soul, your being without all these outer things. But then I think once you do have your being set and your seat of awareness, seat of consciousness, seat of self all set, then you'll be able to make the right decisions with your dreams and your goals and your job and your family and your friends and this stuff.
Right.
Because it's interesting, because most books talk more about those things, which I don't think those things are really surface, but this definitely is like, you know, deep.
This one broke it down for me more. It broke it down for me in a way that other ones hadn't. And I haven't read like a ton of books, but like this one broke it down to me like it broke it down in so many different ways. Like broke it down like as your inner roommate, where it talks about like you have it living with a person, like, and you, if you were to personify your thoughts as someone living next to you.
Yeah, like, bro.
Yeah, and you're like, dude, this guy's a nut. Yeah, exactly. And then it breaks it down into energy, and then it breaks it down into like what happens if you don't like let go of it, and then it breaks it down into like all the stuff that you'll read later on, which is more different practice and stuff like that. And he has a bunch of talks on YouTube too. Like he talks about all the chapters and stuff.
I gotta dive in there.
Which help a lot too. But it's just crazy how fucking helpful that book has been for me.
Oh, it's amazing. But it is totally different. Like I've read The Alchemist, Siddhartha, all these other ones that are like talk about sort of different lives you can live, and then, you know, sort of finding peace and, you know, following your destiny is like The Alchemist is following your heart, and Siddhartha, I forget how Siddhartha ends, but he lives a life of, you know, nothing, and then a life with like partying and different things. And
okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Me and Sam were talking about this today or yesterday, where it's like, dude, there's so many different paths to take on the quote unquote spirituality, but like they're all kind of leading to the same place. It's like live through love, like live through peace, like, you know, be happy. It's such a fucking simple thing to say, be happy.
Yeah.
But like a lot of them are just leading to the exact same destination, just through so many different paths. And I almost get hesitant to read other books because I'm like, the more that I read different books, the more that I get pulled into like different paths. Whereas like, you know, when I read Untethered Soul, I was like, I'm committing myself to this. Like, this is the way that this is my practice. Yeah. And then like anything after that, I'm going to read and it's going to be interesting, but I'm going to keep coming back to
That's so funny, because that's what Malia, my sort of, you know, girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever, she always says, like, she's always looking at my books like, oh no, like, what books you reading now? Because I'm really impressionable by whatever I'm reading or watching movies. I'll end up acting like the main character. But it's like The Alchemist, I was like, oh, I'm going on another walk. And then like Siddhartha, it's like, oh, I'm going to go do something different.
Oh, you read The Alchemist and you were like, I'm going on another walk?
Pretty much,
okay,
yeah. The Alchemist is like, you know, your destiny, your journey, follow your heart, your dreams, your personal legend. It's like, it gets you fired up to go on some epic adventure. It's like the Lord of the Rings of like a spiritual, you know, self-journey book. It's great.
Okay.
But now I'm reading Untethered Soul, and it's, you know, it's a lot different.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
I've had like thoughts like that too before, but of like being like, you know, getting pulled into like different practices and stuff like that, which is why I say like I'm hesitant. I won't read a book that's like a very impressionable book unless I am like clear, like thinking clear. Like I won't read it when I'm feeling like really down and I'm like searching for something, because when I do, it's like just adding more to the fire, like more like thoughts, more like different paths and stuff like that. But like when you are reading a different book, now that you do understand the Untethered Soul, and it talks about blockages, like a thing called a samskara, where it's like you see something,
Oh yeah.
some kind of a sense comes in and it creates a thought, and then it creates a feeling if you don't release it as a thought. So it's interesting when you do read these books, and this is what I was thinking about when I was reading another one of these books, is like every time I would read one of these books, I would have one of these like samskaras, like a block, like some kind of energy that's blocked in me would get like activated, and I would be looking at this fucking book, and I would be like immediately have the thoughts of like, this guy's right, like this, I need to do this, or like, wow, that makes so much sense. And you don't catch your mind in the moment because you think like, well, this is spirituality, like this is all, they mean so well and it's all helping. But it still is that same mind that told you to go read that book, that same mind that told you that got you there in the first place, is now telling you that this book is the answer. So you got to catch yourself in that moment and be like, is this what is this what I really want? Or like, this is just my mind telling me now that I need to go do another thing and solve something internally with another external thing. That's what the untethered soul.
Interesting. That's like Inception shit.
Yeah, it literally is Inception. The untethered soul for me is the answer to everything, because he's not telling you to do anything except for watch yourself. He's not telling you need to go and do anything outside. He's not telling you need to go out and meditate and read. He actually says a lot in it. How you do this, I can't tell you. He's just like, how you keep your heart open, how you don't block yourself, you figure that out on your own. But I'm telling you, this is the way to do it. This is what you need to do. Or like that. I'm saying that wrong. He's telling you like you need to just watch yourself when you are doing these things, because every single thing that you're doing, a lot of it, you're going through a mind that is really disturbed. And for me, the fucking spirituality books, like I'll order a lot of these books, some of them that are up there, and they're all great, but you need to watch yourself while you're reading them, because they might trigger something in you to make you feel like you need to go off and do something that is just another layer of what untethered soul is trying to get rid of. Does that make sense?
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
I've never thought of it as these books you read, they trigger these drives in you, and then it's like one of those samskara blockages that you need to release somehow. But it's totally true. It's almost like in life when you have, couple opportunities come your way, and then it's like you have too much at once, or it's like, your life's already good. These things turn into samskaras because it's like, oh, I have this trigger, this drive to do this new thing, this opportunity that might not be an opportunity, and then you really need to step back and see if
exactly. And it's like the same thing as listening to. It's like the same thing as listening to a motivational speaker be like, you need to go out and you need to work really hard. You need to work 12 hours a day, and you need to fucking buy this and do that, and then you're going to be happy. And it's the same thing as going and listening to reading a book, and it's like you need to go and you need to meditate, and you need to pray for 10 hours, and you need to do this, and you need to go. It's like the same kind of gist, just a different format, Whereas untethered soul, it's like he's not selling you shit. He's not telling you need to go live a certain way. He's like literally, if you listen to his YouTube talks, he's like, dude, you can live a fucking normal life. You can raise the kids. You can have a family. You don't have to go to a fucking hill. He went and did all of it. He's like, I went and did all of that shit to tell you don't need to do it. He's like, you can live exactly the way that you're living. It's just the perspective that you change, and you just enjoy it all, and you just look through a different lens. By blocking all of it out. Yeah, that's why I like it, because it's all the other. And when I do get like really down, I do start going and reading more. I'll like order another one. Maybe this one will tell me more. Maybe
yeah.
And then like after a month, I'll be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go back and read Untethered Soul again. And every single time I've gone back to Untethered Soul, I'm like, fuck, this is it for me. Like this is the only thing I need. The only book that really is gonna be, at least for me right now. I mean, I can't speak forever, but this is the book that I'm dedicating myself to for now.
I'm following you there, brother.
Love that shit, bro.
Last night I had an untethered soul moment. I was me and my sort of ex, sort of girlfriend. We were starting to get into a fight, and I was like 12 or 1 o'clock at night. I was already super tired. I was like, you know what? And I just breathed, and then I looked at my thoughts, and I realized, I guess I saw my thoughts say it. I saw one of my thoughts that's, Conrad, you're tired and irritable. Nothing good's gonna come of this. So I was like, okay, I'll take that thought. And then I just sat back while we were fighting about it. I was like, you know what? It's not a good time to keep talking or fighting about this. I'm going to bed. So I just went to bed.
Great.
And I was peaceful. I just sat there and looked at my thoughts for a bit. And then I just tried enjoying my surroundings.
Dude, when you have that,
got a great roof.
unreal. When you have that
Chilling.
perspective, like when you are able to like stop in the moment of shit, that when shit's going on and there is like things coming up in you and you're like feeling really negative or like shit's happening that's like making you feel anxious or whatever. When you're able to like have the skill to like take a second and watch what's going on inside of you, like exactly I was just saying, like literally picture like yourself watching what's going on in your head and just kind of like almost like laugh at it or just be like, it's not that serious. Like your mind's like, I should fucking tell this person off, or your mind's like I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here, or like, yo, I need to fucking run.
Your mind's like, you need to jump off a cliff.
Exactly.
Right now.
Yeah, exactly. And then you, if you're able to just like have that practice of just be like, dude, like there's stuff going on in the situation outside through my senses that's like coming in and affecting me right now. Nothing that I'm thinking right now is gonna solve this. I need to just chill and just watch this and just let it happen. And I'm not gonna act on it. I'm not gonna act on it.
You know,
it changes
crazy.
Everything, man.
Totally. It's like that book talks about, which I'd never really thought about, is, I don't know, maybe it's from just us humans being together for so long or something, but we care so much about our physiological needs over even our physical needs. Like if we have a physical ailment, it's all good. Like, yo, bro, my freaking pinky got chopped off. I'm the man, you know, it's all good. But if you have something like, oh no, I said like, or they introduced me and I forgot his name, or I said this in the wrong time, it's like, it's the end of the world. And our mind goes through a million different things like, oh, she probably thought I was so dumb, or oh, he was probably thinking that I was thinking this, you know, and you go, it's all over these like weird social constructions that have sort of been built up over time. Yeah,
you think about like while you're walking, I love that part of the book when it's like, if you think about it and you're like walking during a normal day, your physical body, like you are never thinking like, I need to take my foot and place it here, and then my next foot place it here, next foot place it here. My lungs need to go up and down. Like you don't think about that shit ever. But like for some reason, like in your mind, you're like, why is that person looking at me? Da, 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 da. Like there's so much shit that goes on in your head that you're like, dude, if this was like,
did that guy say hi to me, or was he waving to someone else?
Exactly. And it's like you're never like, the way that you know that your body is feeling good is by you not thinking about it.
Yeah,
it's the same way as your mind. The way that you know your mind is the way that you know that you are a healthy, that you are mentally healthy, is by the absence of contemplation.
Yeah.
Like by not thinking about what you're going to fucking do every day with your mind, and not worrying and not stressing about it and not having all this fucking chatter inside of you. If you don't have that and you're just living through your heart, you're fucking doing it, man. Like you're doing everything that all these books are trying to tell you to do.
Because the crazy thing is, if I were to throw out a condo statistic right now, I would say that 90% of humans in our age, I don't know if it's always been this chaotic, but 90%, I would say, live 90% of their lives just listening to their worries and thinking about what they're going to do with their lives, and not actually living it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
They spend most of the time thinking about what's going to happen or what happened. And I think that's life, not as far as like your sense of peace and serenity and your satisfaction, but as far as like, you know, moments of pleasure, different things. They are, you know, few. It's like, you know, a lot of it, life is work, hard work. And then there's those moments of pleasure. But that serenity, that peace, I think, you know, can always be there if you can get to that state.
Oh, yeah. I was actually having a conversation. I was having a conversation about this with someone today that called me and asked me like when you're not, like, he was like, how are you feeling lately? And I was like, honestly, I've been feeling amazing. He's like, would you say it's a 10? And I was like, yeah. He's like, if you weren't happy, would you feel like it was still a 10? And I was like, no. I was like, I don't think that the happiness that I'm talking about is like a conditional happiness. I think it's like an unconditional happy. Like, I think that there can be an underlying layer of happiness or bliss or joy or peace or gratitude, which is like underneath all of it, rather than like, hey, I'm happy because this happened today. I'm happy because the sun's out. It's like, no, I'm happy regardless. Things are happening around me, but like I have this like underlying joy about me. And that's what happens in this book, where if you let go of all the stuff that's going on in your mind, you naturally fall back to that place of joy, of happiness, which is unconditional. It's not conditional. It's not good or bad. It's like it's there regardless, because that's the nature of who you are as a being, which is what a lot of those books talk about. It's
I love that.
yeah.
I love that. Your underlying well-being. And it's crazy because relative to like a king probably 1,000 years ago, everyone we pretty much know lives like that king. And so it's like of these worldly pleasures, I guess you call them, it's like we're really just looking for them mostly, I feel like, because we compare with everyone else.
Totally. Yeah, I agree with that completely.
You know, society, we're supposed to do this or that or get that house, that car. But really, I think if you look at it like 1,000 years ago, we're all living like a king. You know, we got the best food. LA's great food. You know, we got
LA does have great food.
Man, great food. We all live like kings relative to like 1,000 years ago. So that part, you know, doesn't matter.
I'm sure that with comparing and stuff like that is just the whole internet, like social media and stuff like that. I'm sure that like even 50 years ago, not even when people were like kings, like I'm sure like 50 years ago, parents, maybe more than 50, but our parents or our parents' parents weren't nearly as comparing with other people as we are now.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that it was like maybe people in your town you compared with, and fuck, I'm not doing as good as so and so that lives over on the corner. But it wasn't like, you know, it's like they weren't like looking at all of their friends, anybody that they've ever met, anybody that they know of on TV or any radio or any of that kind of stuff. They're not able to see that person's life like you are right now. Mm-hmm. So comparison is such an easy thing now. So yeah, I think that's a huge fucking problem.
Big problem.
Yeah.
Sad. I feel like a lot of the girls with all the modeling on Instagram, it's just like tears them apart.
I'm sure that that's way worse than guys. I'm sure that it's way worse for girls than it is for guys on Instagram.
Guys are getting addicted to Fortnite more, but girls, it's like, geez.
I actually love Fortnite. I have this discussion with my parents quite a bit.
Oh yeah, what?
I like. I think that there is the discussion that it's can be bad for kids if they're doing it too much. No. But I think that video games are actually something that's a great creative outlet for kids, and I think that Fortnite is an extremely, extremely creative video game that you have to be like you're on your toes. And
really?
Like, yeah,
I've been too scared to try it. I don't want to. I already have too many addictions in my life. I'm trying to get rid of. Yeah.
I feel like you would like it actually. I don't know. Do you play video games?
Not really.
No.
No, not that much.
I'm not a huge video game person, but dude, I love that game.
Knock on wood, I always, think like, oh, my kid better be, surfing all day and all that, He's a little nerd on the game, but
my little brother.
You're not obsessed. A nerd. You're like,
I'm pretty nerdy though.
A lot of cool dudes who like video games. I like Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer, Super Smash Bros. Melee, some Call of Duty. Yeah.
Super Smash Bros. That's a throwback. I played Call of Duty. I got asked to professional game for Halo when I was in 7th grade. That's my claim to fame.
Wow. Holden's
And then I got out. I played with Holden a bit.
Oh, yeah?
Holden's good.
He's a beast.
Does he still play that shit?
Yeah, he plays a lot. He says he plays the OG version of Fortnite.
Which is Minecraft?
I forget. He was playing it the other day, though.
I wonder what it is.
It's serious.
Is it? Does he have like a whole setup and stuff?
Yeah, he's got a sick setup.
Yeah, I'm never that
broken
serious.
leg. He's he's
got broken leg right now?
Yeah, busted up.
Damn.
Yeah.
I feel like he's broke his leg before. I feel like I've seen him with a broken leg.
He's
before.
always getting hurt. I guess some kid was driving the Humvee or something, or the mule, crashed. His leg was all messed up. I guess he was yelling at Luke, like, Luke, call the cops. And Luke called the cops, I guess, and was like, my brother just shot himself in the fucking foot.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, Luke kind of went nuts. And then the cops were like, I guess, showing off.
He didn't actually shoot himself in the foot.
No.
He just fell off the Humvee?
Luke was just on one. Yeah, and then Luke, I guess the cop showed up. He's like, get him to the chopper. Like, Australian accent, and was just going nuts.
Wanted him to be flown out?
Yeah.
Is that Malibu Canyon?
We'll have to get Luke in here.
Whew. Dude, I'm down for anybody that you want.
Luke.
Anybody that you feel like you would want to talk to that we could rip into would be great. What's your most prized possession?
Most prized possession? Jeez. I don't know. Maybe I'm shallow because my mind first went to like Bitcoin and my Bitcoin.
Mine went to my phone, which is fucking pretty shallow too.
And I bought some silver and gold with my Bitcoin too. So
What is
Maybe
what
we
is
don't
that?
show this.
How does
I don't
that
want
work?
people digging through my backyard.
Bro, you literally announced your phone number on the last podcast.
What an
Full
idiot.
phone number.
Bro, I was so scared. So my crypto's worth pretty much nothing now, but when it was worth like over $1 million, like weird stuff seemed to be happening, like a couple weird
Are you not?
messages.
Is
everything.
it how?
I got so scared I was gonna get hacked.
Yeah,
or
that's what I was
robbed,
gonna
or
say.
like,
How easy
yo,
is it for that
motherfucker.
kind of stuff to get stolen?
It's easy.
Really?
There's been some crazy like hostage situations, killings, like over Bitcoin.
Really?
Yeah, like nuts shit goes down in Russia and over in weird places.
And how do people steal it? Like, how does a Bitcoin wallet even work? And we don't have to
here,
dive
you got
like
like your
super heavy.
USB thing right there. Oh, that's a jewel or whatever.
I got a USB thing over here though.
But yeah, basically
little
it's like a
USB,
USB.
like,
Sometimes I wear it around my neck. No, I don't.
What is it even
But,
fucking called? One of those little USB
You pop
things.
it in, boom, your Bitcoin's on there, or it's just on your computer on a wallet that can be online or
So
offline.
how hard is that for like good hackers to just get into computers? And I feel like that's pretty
I
fucking
mean,
easy.
brute force hack would be easy. You just come in here, boom, like, yo,
Right.
motherfucker.
Yeah, give me a
But
hand.
a hack, it's not that hard either. So Holden, actually, our buddy, he was like, yo, I need like 5,000 more VeChain to make a node, it's called. It's a weird crypto thing to where you'll just earn your crypto on your crypto. So I sent him like $5,000 worth. Next morning or the next day, I think he was crying like, bro, I got hacked. He lost like 30 grand. It's the worst
No
thing ever,
way.
just because he was using some bad service in Beverly Hills.
And if you get hacked with that kind of stuff, there's no backing. There's no like you're out.
It's
just
the wild
done.
west. That's the
Damn.
thing about crypto is you are your own bank. There's no, bank to back up your money. This is the real deal of like, yo, you gotta take care of your shit or it's gone.
And it's all just on a
Because
USB
it's backed by math.
drive. That's what it's called, USB drive. Thumb
USB drive, yes, because Bitcoin is math. That's all it is it solved a math problem. So it's just
There's
data
nowhere
on
that
the
you can
computer.
there's nowhere you can like log in and like re-download your
Not a
key or
chance.
file or anything
Not a
like
chance
that.
because if that were the case, then the double spend problem would probably be jeopardized because that's what Bitcoin is you literally can't duplicate it. That's why Bitcoin is Bitcoin.
Dude, that's fucked.
Yeah. So anyway,
How many people you think are going to be just getting robbed at gunpoint when that shit actually happens?
they'll probably be
They
like
got to come out. They'd have to
hundreds.
come up with a way for you to be able to like get it
So
or
this is
duplicate
one of
it
my
on your
movies.
things.
I've been writing a movie about, a bunch of Bitcoin hackings. It's basically the movie I wanted to make it so we could all be in it, me and our boys, But it's like we're all, one of us is a nerd. We're all just normal dudes. One's a nerd. In 2008, he's like, yo, buy this Bitcoin thing. We're like, whatever. We'll put $100 in. $100 in Bitcoin in 2008, you can pull it up on the computer and do the little chart thing. But $100 is like $1 million today. Not kidding.
That's insane.
Insane.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. So the movie.
How
I
many
make
years
is-
ago?
This
Was that
2008. So Bitcoin
2008,
was-
$100 would be $1 million or no?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty sure. I'll type it in. Whatifbitcoin.com. So $100. What if Bitcoin? But anyway, the movie I'm making is like about these kids who make it rich, and then everyone comes after them because one of them's an idiot. He's like, bro, and like the video gets blasted all over. Like, yeah, this kid's got 100 million in Bitcoin on his little USB, and then you see the Russians and the Italians. Everyone's like, oh yeah. So what if Bitcoin? If you invested 100 on January 1st, 2011, because that's when it was first on the markets, you would have made 21,000 in profit. Oh, that's weak. It's not that cool.
But like a couple months ago, it would not a couple months ago when you were really in it though, it would have been
Yeah, it would have been
tons.
crazy. Let's say $1,000. Oh wait.
So it's literally just fucking gambling.
Oh yeah. See,
It's just estimated gambling.
no. See, I was wrong. $100. You would have made $2 million. $100. $2 million. Today with Bitcoin down. Today.
That's fucked.
Nasty Bitcoin.
That's fucked, man.
Everyone
I can't get
hates
into
it.
I can't get into that stuff, dude. I don't know enough about it. I don't trust it. I trust you, which is why I would have given you like a little bit, but fuck, I don't even know, man. I
It's
don't
an
know.
awful thing.
It's an addiction.
Khalil gives me these Samskaras that we were talking about earlier because he'll text me every once in a while, like once a week, really. Conrad, sell all your crypto, you know, whatever. Get a nice job, nice girl, nice car. Sell all your crypto. It's an addiction. It's worse than crack. And I'm like, oh, he's right, probably.
Dude, I completely agree with that.
It's like,
it's gambling. It's literally gambling.
I guess that's what Khalil would say.
How would it not be?
Because if you look at Bitcoin as like an investment, you know, standpoint, it's a lot of the smartest people say it's the greatest investment we'll ever see in our lifetime, because gold is our store of value.
But
gold goes up when the economy crashes, and gold is where you store your money. Gold is $7 trillion business. $7 trillion. Bitcoin is better than gold in a lot of ways. It's more secure. It's, I don't know. I can't explain it well, but it's better than gold.
I feel like all of stock trading is gambling in a certain sense. So I feel like if you're addicted to trading stocks, it's the same thing as being addicted to gambling. It's just a little bit more educational.
Yeah, it's educational
educated guessing.
There we go.
Dude, I fucked that up. But yeah, it's just a little bit more it's just a little bit more played out rather than like straight up going to the casino and putting fucking money on a number. But like it's still gambling, dude. If you're waking up and doing and looking at the stock market every single morning and putting shit in and pulling shit out and putting shit in, you can't. That's fucking gambling.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, but if
I don't have a problem with it, and you can make a ton of money off of it, and if you're happy, that's fucking dope.
But stockbrokers, they say it's a living and not gambling because they do all these assessments, value assessments, and then they say, oh, this is worth this much. It should be worth this much.
How would it not be gambling though? Stock trading.
Because they would say this isn't gambling, because gambling's all luck. This is us, I guess, betting, so it's still gambling on a company that's good, and we think it's going to keep being good or be even better.
I don't know. I still feel like that shit is fucking gambling.
Yeah, it kind of is. It's
like
crazy.
How would they say that it's not? I don't know.
I blew it. I was going to either buy GoPro or Netflix like 6 years ago. GoPro or Netflix.
Netflix was one thing that one of my buddies
I blew it.
Bought in with a little bit, and then he pulled it out when it got really big.
Yeah.
But now it's even bigger. Same with Spotify. Wait, is Spotify one of them? Spotify public?
Spotify, I don't think it's public. Sorry.
Dude, you're fucking chilling. No problem.
We're flowing
here. Don't apologize. What else you got to do in the day?
Today, jeez. I don't know what I was going to do.
A year from now or 5 years from now or 7 years from now, will any of it matter?
Probably not. Probably not. And that's why it's like, it's always good to just, if it's a great day, just enjoy it. If it's a bad day, think that. You know? It's like, in a year from now, does this really matter? Just get through it.
Have you got to that fucking chapter of death yet on Untold Soul?
I don't know. I'm scared.
Don't
I think I'm going to skip it. The walls just came down, I think. I think the walls just came down.
That was like the chapter you just read?
Yeah.
No, okay, so that's like right before it. But no, that chapter will make you be like, I love this shit.
Oh, these are the deep ones, huh?
The deep ones are...
See, when I was in the car coming over here, I was reading. I didn't know it was easy, medium, hard. Oh, yeah, because I was on super easy. So the first one is, who's your favorite?
Oh, yo, let me show you these.
Who's your favorite entertainer?
Yeah, well, okay, so like the reason that I have all these is because I was literally going to fucking...
These are great. I'd say Larry David. He's so funny.
Dude, I was literally going on FaceTime with people and... where is it? Controversial questions. I was going on FaceTime with people and I was just asking them. We would start with like 2 easy ones and then we would move to medium. Let's see. Look at these ones, man. You want to talk about more heavy ones, dude? Look at this. This is what I would do with people. I would call them. I would ask name, age, occupation, or school location, and then pick like 5 of these.
What is purpose? What is purpose? Not even what is yours.
I didn't know the answer to this one until about a week ago when I listened to it on another fucking podcast.
Wait, let me try and then you tell me. Okay. Purpose is...
I mean, I don't think there's a firm answer, but it's my answer to it.
Purpose is accomplishing your dreams, but then it's like, what is your dreams? What is purpose? Purpose is what one's heart tells you is what you need to do in your life, or a shorter term, longer term purpose, I guess. I don't know. We should ask Justin Bieber. He had a whole tour about it. Great,
a whole
sick
album.
guy. Yeah, a whole album
and tour.
So that was
You
a
think
total
he could answer?
curveball.
You think he could answer this real easy?
I think he could. He throws curveballs on us that you think Justin's is that stupid kid. He's great.
I don't think he's a stupid
Sings
kid.
great. He had Selena throws us a curveball. Marries Haley Baldwin.
Yeah, that's
And my buddy was hanging out with her in Japan like a month before. He was trying to get with her.
Is it still recording? Yeah, I think it is. When I was doing the podcast with you, the one with Andy, those guys were talking about it after you left. Like they were talking about a lot of the people that have been in there, and Justin Bieber recorded his whole. Was it Purpose that he recorded there at that studio?
He must.
Or was
have.
the one that I
Yeah.
showed you on the wall?
I think it was Purpose.
I think it was Purpose too.
I think that's his most recent album.
And they said he was there for a month. And they actually said he was a really nice dude. They were like, when he was there partially on like drinking or drunk or on whatever. And then they were like, he was there also when he was sober. And they were like, dude, when he was sober, he was one of the nicest dudes. Like they were like,
yeah.
he was a really, really nice guy. Like actually went out of his way to talk to people, shake your hand every time he's there, that kind of stuff. And I haven't thought in the last couple years that Justin Bieber looks like a fucking tool.
He looks
back
sick.
in the day. I thought that he was maybe a little bit of like a little bit cheesy, but I don't think that he's.
I think all
I
his
got
songs
respect
are
for him.
pretty freaking good. Sorry, great.
Are you a huge Justin Bieber fan?
Yeah, I'm a pretty big Bieber fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
The podcast talked about what is purpose. It wasn't a podcast. It was a YouTube interview, but it said the four things that make up purpose is what do I love? What do I love? What does the world need? What am I good at? And how can I make money from it? I'm gonna wait. I'll wait for a second.
That was so rude of Conrad right there.
Yeah,
what a dick.
Was it your girlfriend?
It was Malia and Bob, so it was a double whammy.
Boss and girlfriend?
Boss and girlfriend.
I'm not going to make you turn your phone off because
both
we're just
semi-fired up. Girlfriend's super fired up.
I'm not going to make you turn your
She's
phone off.
on rat-a-tat-tat mode, AK-47. Firing. Just she likes, when she wants to talk, she wants to talk.
You can't tell her, yo, I'm spitting fire in the booth right now.
Yeah, I was trying. She's like, so is that more important than me?
Yeah, right now, yeah, for a second.
That's a tough one. Maybe I need some advice on this. How do you express or explain? Because I'm like, no, he's not more important than you, but we have our time at night.
But dude, that question shouldn't even be asked.
I have a 2-hour.
That question shouldn't even be asked. No healthy relationship would ask that question. None. And I don't know Malia, so I can't I'm not saying anything bad about her, but dude, there's no healthy relationship where if someone was doing something that they cared about, their girlfriend or their boyfriend would text them and say, is that more important than me? That's a fucking clear sign of an unhealthy relationship.
Yeah.
Like, boom.
Well,
easy.
I know we're in a pretty toxic, bad, crazy relationship, but we're both, I think, really, unique. Both pretty nuts in our own ways.
I don't think you're nuts at all.
No?
I mean, I don't think that you're nuts in that way at all. Like, I'm making sure this thing's fucking recording still. Dude,
JT, we look good. Look at the boys. You look like a sick ass crocodile. I look like a freaking sick guy.
Dude, I don't think that you're. I'm gonna let you text. I'm gonna give you one.
Fired up.
Stop being so mean and cruel. Not giving me any time. You can't even call me back. You know I have class at 7. You're really pushing me away.
I didn't know she had class at 7.
You're so much better than this, man.
She's stressed out because she has class
You both
at 7.
are. You both don't deserve to be in some shit like this, man. No one does.
Would you host us for therapy with Sammy? Because Malia was like, I'm only doing therapy with a girl. I was like,
yeah, but I would. I'm totally in to do that. But if we were doing that, I wouldn't want to do it on this. Like I don't mean like host like a talk. But I mean we're more than open and willing to talk to you guys. But dude, that is like.
Oh, it's gnarly. You have no clue.
But you don't treat her like that at all.
I don't think so. But she says my big problems are I'll neglect her when it's just like I'll be at work or different things. That's what I say. She says I'm
I'll
abusive.
neglect her when I'm working my job.
I'll come back
or
from
when
my
I'm
job,
doing
like-
a podcast. That could also be potentially a job.
No, this is gonna be the job. This is
But
it.
like, fuck, man. Come on.
Can you believe it?
Dude, I
Still firing in all cylinders.
oh man, I feel so bad for you.
She's close to blocking me.
Let it happen. Bro, you deserve so much better than that. Fuck. I mean, I know exactly where you're at because I know a lot of people that have been in that situation. I've been close to that situation myself where you just kind of feel like, fuck, you know, but there's also a time where you got to just look in the mirror and be like, bro, do I deserve this? Or how long am I going to put up with this cycle? How long am I going to be in this fucking mill of unhappiness, happiness, unhappiness, happiness, unhappy? Like, you're happy for a second. Is it momentary or is it really like sustained? Is it unconditional love or is it conditional?
It's up and down. It's up and down for sure. But it's like, I feel like I have some underlying problem where it's almost like
it's attachment.
Yeah. That she's probably got a lot more masculine energy and I'm real feminine. She's the most bossy person on this planet by a mile.
Is this what I was talking to you about before?
Yeah, you told me about this stuff.
Yeah. I agree with that. But I also think that now because this has happened to you before and it's happened to you so many times, like you guys going back and forth, I think that you're probably a little bit addicted to the pain of like going through it.
Oh, totally.
Which is another whole thing in itself.
It's rough. I don't know why I'm addicted to it.
Because you've been going through it so much.
Wait, what is purpose?
I said it to you while you were texting.
I know.
All right, well, this is just the definition that I heard from somebody, but I agree with. 4 things. What do I love? What am I good at? What does the world need? How can I make money from it? Boom.
Unbelievable.
Isn't that sick?
Unbelievable.
Fucking dope, man, right?
I think I'm going to make that my Instagram bio or caption a photo. I'm back on Insta. I'm on the grind now.
I love that.
Part of my purpose.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Spreading love.
It makes it way easier. Like, purpose is a hard fucking thing to answer. That sums it up pretty easily.
I'll write it down later. I don't want to distract everybody.
I think the people are good.
You guys good?
They should. Whoever's listening should fucking write it down. What do I love? What am I good at? What does the world need? How can I make money from it? A mix of those 4. It's like the 4 Venn diagram, all 4 things, and then right in the middle where they're all attached.
Bro, I love this podcast. I hope I'm good at it, so we can.
I'm telling you, man, you're good at it. Like,
get some people diving in,
dude. We're
not even in it for the money, guys.
The only thing that it takes for you to be a good person on a podcast is for you to be, 1, a good conversationalist, and 2, be intrigued in what the other person has to bring or curious about the other person that you're talking to. And you're both of those all the time. Thanks, I mean, you're one of the most curious people that I know about anything, you know, any subject.
That just took me on a total curveball. I went sexual in my head.
Oh,
but
fun.
won't do anything with dudes, but with girls, I'll do it about just about anything. My girl, yeah.
Oh man, well, you're just
curious. Black holes. Anyway, where were we?
Oh, we were diving through these fucking questions, but if there's anything you want to say, get off your chest, man. You can fucking say it.
Jeez. I do feel like that's one of the only things. Maybe we don't show this, but I feel like that's one of the only things that.
This is all going up. We can't stop this one. But you feel free to say whatever. That
both the guy and the girl like is, you know, the guy I feel like likes having, at least me, I like having sex more. She likes when I, lick more.
Okay.
But we both love licking butt.
Unreal.
Yeah. We both, I think, equally love that. That's one, like, because when I go in for the bang, it's like, I'm not feeling it right now or this, that. And then when she wants me to lick, I'm like, oh, geez, it's so, like, intense sometimes. It hurts my head, like, oh, I know.
Yeah.
But then just chilling on the butt, and I don't have to, like, get it in a perfect rhythm to, make her come. That's great for both.
Unreal.
Anyway, we probably shouldn't put that in there.
No, dude, I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want to talk about, man. I'm open to talk about that shit.
How about Larry David? You like Larry David?
I like Larry David.
Everyone thinks they're Larry David. Like when you bring up Curb Your Enthusiasm, it's like, oh, I'm Larry David.
I haven't seen Curb Your
maybe you are.
Enthusiasm. I've
You
seen
haven't
maybe
seen
one
it?
episode of it.
I watch it all the time. It's pretty funny. That was what I was thinking about a lot on the drive. It's like, that's probably my favorite comedian, entertainer.
Larry David is your favorite comedian entertainer?
Yeah, the guy's so
Who's your
funny.
favorite actual comedian?
Actual comedian? Jeez, I don't know.
Mine's Bill Burr.
I don't know who that is.
Bro, really?
No.
Fuck, he's funny.
Huh. I just watch Larry David when I want a good laugh. Or I've been watching cartoons a lot. Coco.
I watch Modern Family.
Oh, Modern Family's great.
That was my favorite show.
Yeah, it's the
I
best.
was talking to Griffin. I was just like, bro, I love your dad's show so much.
Yeah,
I never watched it before this last year. I watched all 8 seasons during
Seriously?
my year. Yeah. I would just have it on, bro, because it's such an uplifting show. It's just so happy and like funny, and I love it. It's great.
Is Haley and the one dude she's off and on with, are they still going strong? Season 8?
I don't know if season 8's the one that's on TV, but when I watched the last season when I was in France, yeah, they were.
Oh, nice.
The dude that's from.
He's in a lot of movies. He's funny.
Fucking his name's Adam something.
Yeah, Adam.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's still
man.
going strong.
I mean, he was in the show when I watched it last.
That dude's funny.
But I honestly am not sure anymore. Dude, some of these questions are heavy and we don't have to fucking get into them.
So heavy.
What do you think the difference is between living and being alive?
Living is when you're in the flow state. When you're doing something you love.
Which, by the way, the flow state is exactly like the flow state is the term that would be like surface. Living in spirit is the exact same term in spiritual lingo. So like the fucking untethered soul is just teaching you how to get into flow. And if you read books about flow state, like if you read books about talking about how to get into flow, it's going to be a lot of the same shit that untethered soul talks about. It's like not going with your thoughts, being able to breathe through moments, coming back into your heart, like not getting pulled into the energy of the room, of the situation, that kind of stuff. And it takes you back into flow. Flow is a mix of, to achieve peak flow, it's like a mix of knowing that you have what it takes to complete the task at hand, and having a task at hand that is challenging enough, or it's having a task that is challenging to you, and knowing that you have the skills to be able to accomplish that task. That's how you get into flow.
I love that.
Or that's peak flow state.
So
something
in the book,
there.
it's, what was it?
The book
How
is
does he say it?
Living in spirit.
State? Living in spirit.
Yeah.
How'd you put those two and two together? Does he come talk about it?
No, but this is what I do. This is like my whole like fucking journey of this shit is like trying, because I started out on like the kind of like surface, like scientific, like Western studying about all that stuff, like motivation and the mind and like literally like flow state kind of shit. And then I went super far out with like untethered soul and like super Eastern stuff like that, meditation and that kind of shit. And then I was like, they're talking about similar shit. How do I bridge the gap? Like, what are they talking about here that they're also talking about here, but they're saying it in different lingo? And flow state is one of those things where like, while you're living in flow, it's the same thing as when you're living in spirit. When you're living in flow, you're not thinking, you're just acting. Flow state is the same thing as being present. When you're present, when you're here in the moment, you're in flow, which is you're allowing that energy to flow through you. You're literally flowing. Fucking love the water, man. That makes me think about the ocean so much, because I love the fucking. It's like your body has this ocean of energy in you, and when you're blocked, it's like that ocean can only flow so far. So you're blocked in there. People talk about those things called chakras, energy centers. I'm not too deep into those, but it's like if you're blocked, say your chakra, your third chakra, whatever, I would picture that only that energy can just flow through your fucking bottom half of your body. Whereas like if you're completely open, like your heart's open and your mind and all that, and you're just completely open, that fucking energy, like literally like a river, an ocean of energy inside of you just flows, man. And it just fucking, that's flow state.
Flowing's the greatest.
It's unreal, bro. It's so different.
That's living.
And when you're in flow state is the same thing as viewing the world through love, because you're just viewing it through that energy of just, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to fucking be here and be present and just let this energy, your natural energy, which is joy and all that stuff that comes before it's unconditional. I'm going to let that flow through and shine through. Pretty dope shit.
Dope shit.
Yeah. I love that stuff.
Trying to think if I'm in flow state right now. I think I'm a little blocked. I'll admit. Yeah. Just dealing with this.
Do you ever try like any visualizations or anything to fucking open up?
I try.
Have you ever tried meditating?
Yeah, I'm not that good at it.
Well, it's a skill. It's something you need to do.
Yeah. I work on it. I do different ones to get better, but I definitely couldn't do like a silent meditation. I need some sort of guided meditation for now, at least.
Okay.
Which I do sometimes. But I would get in the flow state so well when I was on the walk. 2 hours into walking every day.
Totally.
And I'd get into it. Maybe 3. But, you wake up, it's awful. I want to die. First hour, it's like, oh, it's so awful. And then after like 3 hours, 4 hours by evening, I'm just flowing. Life's good. Some hobo'd walk by and I'd just start rattling off shit with him and he'd be laughing, we'd be laughing. We're just flowing, living in the moment.
Oh, yeah.
There's a task at hand, like you were saying, make at least 20 miles today.
Yep.
There was a challenge to that task. And then once you start getting into it and thinking, you're going to accomplish this, it's like you want to just keep going.
Yeah, and
flowing.
Dude, let me show you this picture. This flow state diagram, and we're gonna wrap this up in a minute because I got to go to dinner. But I want to just show you this flow thing that you'll like.
Well, can I take a call real quick?
No, let me just show you this. And we can wrap this up in 1 second, but I just want to show you this thing. So look, this is a flow state, and it shows like the challenge level and then the skill level. So if you have a low challenge level and you're not adept, what is the word I'm thinking of? You're not capable of doing it with a low challenge level, you're just going to be apathetic. If you have a medium challenge level or a pretty decent challenge level and you have no skill for it, you're going to worry a bit. If you have a high challenge level and you don't have enough skill for it, that's when anxiety comes in. Whereas on the other end, if you have a lot of skill, but the challenge level is tiny, you're just going to be bored. You have a lot of skill and the challenge level is pretty decent, you're going to be relaxed. But if it's a high challenge level and that that you can accomplish and achieve with your high skill set, that's when you get into flow. Pretty cool, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah. Flow state is a fucking cool thing, man. It's pretty crazy when you get into it and you're just like boom, 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 boom. You're on it.
Yeah.
You're on it. Living in spirit, bro. You get there. Boom. Keep your heart open and just fucking go with the flow and you'll get there easy.
Flowing.
I won't say easy, but you fucking get there.
Yeah.
It's a process, though.
Yeah, it's definitely a process, huh?
All right, man. Let's wrap this one up. Let's fucking...
okay, sweet.
How long has this one been? It's been a while. We've been going for a while.
We've been killing it.
You're
great, in
man.
The flow state.
It's been fun.
I'm semi-flowing.
You're always flowing, bro. You're literally the definition of untethered. If you just let yourself, man. Just let yourself be it.
I know. I just got blocked, so I got the...
Come on, bro. You're better than this.
I got the...
Not that you're better than this, but just you deserve...
In case you were wondering why I go silent.
Click it again. In case you were wondering why I go silent and stop responding, you know why. Goodbye, Conrad. Fuck me. Oh, you want to come to dinner with us? You can come to dinner with us. All right, to everyone that's listening, we're out of here. Conrad and JT coming to you live. Hope you guys enjoyed this. You guys can hit us up on Instagram. We're going to try and post some of these videos if I can cut them up. But if you have any questions or anything, message us. Conrad, Jack, Carr, and JT Barnett on Insta. That's yours, right?
Oh, yeah.
Conrad's back. Keep listening. We'll keep doing this shit. Love y'all. Peace.